for Hump Day. So, kind of I'll do like a weekly thing like this, I guess, that we're going to say what's going on. We started last week, I think, with food. Don't forget to keep buying food. I'm always saying food, and that's usually the first thing I say is food because you need food. With food even just going up in price, it's good to have the extras. Um, Talked about a little bit last time, maybe some silver, maybe some gold. Try to defeat some of the inflation that's starting. Not a bad idea. There are inflationary stocks that you could buy. Inflation protecting stocks you can buy. So depending on what you're into and what you're trying to do to save money or to be able to keep up with inflation. It's a loud house today, guys. I don't know what to tell you. There'll be a lot of stomping and probably complaining and stuff today. That's how it is. I should have probably done this outside today, actually. That's just how it is here sometimes. Too many women. They drive me nuts. Well, maybe it'll be a quick one because there's just too much noise. And I guess one of the things I showed on a quick shorts video was this off-grid knives. And I know this is supposed to... I'm trying to look for a way to turn this thing straight up and down. And to make it so it's like a horizontal carry. But I wanted it, for the left side. But this thing, I've done some chopping with it now. This thing's a beast. There's like no way to say it. I started doing some, it's not even really marked up yet, but I started doing some video with this thing, and it's just, this is like one of my new favorite pieces, I think. But I don't know when I'll finish that. This weekend I'll probably go back out. I'm going to do a couple different clips, a couple different spots, doing a few different things with it. Just making sure it's still quality. I did stab into a little piece of wood and turned it sideways on the tip. Make sure the tip didn't break right off the bat. Chop's pretty good. Feather stick pretty good. Haven't batoned with it yet. Probably should have the other day. I don't know why I didn't baton the other day, but who knows? I was having fun, too much fun doing everything else. So the overall thing, I guess, that I want to get to is prioritizing your preps or your survival items or your anything you need, basically, whether it's for hunting, whether it's for camping, whether it's for hiking. Having those preps are good also because they work for just the same. You can use them in a survival situation. You can definitely use your camping stove when you can't use a regular stove. You can use your little wood cooker when the power's out if you want it. Having the little things, I did a review a while back on a fast power hand crank radio. And when the power goes out, it's got solar on it. You can hand crank or you can use the solar. You can get the weather and what I can't even think of it. But anyways, the weather forecast on there. You can also charge your cell phone if you needed to, or charge another your light, weapon light if you wanted to, like the O lights, because the O lights work off the USB. They could plug right into that, and for the hand crank, or it's just a good emergency kit to have. So hump day and everything, I busted this thing out. I've got, this is my EDC kit, or pack I should say. Has not one single magazine in it anywhere, extra space. Usually have like the Glock mags here. You can throw an AR mag in there. I just haven't really. I mean, like, I guess it's an okay holder for AR mag. Looks okay. It wouldn't be bad to have it in a vehicle like that. But as the seasons change, I don't need a winter emergency kit inside my vehicle. So like, one of the big things I got in there in the main part on that is not just the regular emergency blankets, but here's a level 2 emergency blanket, big old thick thing. So I can leave it in there I may just leave it in there, but it's a good time every spring too to check, because this thing goes everywhere with me, the date on these things. I still got the rest of this year anyways. But you know, your food ration bars that you leave in there, or your, I think I took all the granola bars out. Once in a while, you gotta eat something, so. As ridiculous as that sounds, eating's not fun at all. It's just something you have to do. But to go through and check what have you used, brasstraining.com, we had a survival class this past weekend, and you know, so I busted this pack out just to show a few different little things that I had in it. And for the most part, I haven't changed too much since like one of the last videos I did. Still got the Sawyer Mini. Oh look, this was given to me, but it's a beef stick there. Wild boar, not beef. Wild boar. Ooh, yum, right? Well, see, and this is another thing. Now that it's getting warm out, I found a couple more granola bars. This is why you got to keep going through your stuff. Check it, make sure everything's good, because once in a while, I'll just throw that bag like it doesn't matter. Which it doesn't matter. I can still eat that thing. Still a little soft. I brought it in and out of the car today. So when it gets warm, some of those kind of things you're going to have to keep an eye on. But yeah, kind of like a clean house. Spring cleaning, if you want to call it that. It's almost summer, so check through, make sure everything's good, make sure everything, got extra, yeah, that's good. But either way, these are good things. What's going on, Homestead? The Homestead Survivalist, the crazy midget. I mean, So anyways, once in a while, you have to go through your stuff, like your EDC pack or something like that. Oh yeah, I just threw it up on that. See, it comes right down too. Boom. But whatever, I thought it'd be a good background. Oh yeah, why not, man? It's pretty good. Instead of seeing all my crap and clutter back there. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if it's your first time here. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? I know as the summer goes on, these live streams really like fade right off for me. And so many other people are doing lives right now that it gets, I mean, some of these guys are doing lives like every single night. And for me, that's just not possible. Second job and everything else included, it's too chaotic to have pretty much more than one day a week, unless I do a maybe a live stream from the forest here and there. But that thing's sitting there right, it looked a little lumpy. But yeah, it's good to go through your stuff and make sure you got everything you need when it's wintertime. It's nice to have everything you need when it's I got the extra blade in there. Yeah, I don't know. Just go through, make sure you have everything, make sure you have everything ready. Good to be able to stay constantly prepped when you have so much going on. They still got that whole Taiwan Strait thing going on. Then you got the whole Gaza thing going on. And pipelines getting hacked, and just with all the madness. It's nice. It's like a peaceful, relaxing thing for me to say, well, it's okay, I got a really good blade. And don't get me wrong, this weekend I used my, because I hadn't had any experience with this yet. Actually, I don't even think it came until Sunday. I think it was Sunday. Something like that, after the class is when I got it. So I was carrying that Schrade, and that Schrade has not done me bad at all. I have used that thing for, geez, I did that video probably only a month or something after having it. A month and a half, maybe, something like that. So it's been a year, 2 years, no, 2 years maybe, something like that. You can go back in the videos and check it out. But it's definitely held up. It's a pretty good chopper. It's still feather sticks. It's nice and thick. But I can tell a difference with how much shorter this blade is. This thing can still chop. It's still got that. I mean, it's thick. I think it's thick. This thing is just a piece of steel, man. This thing is incredible. I don't necessarily want to beat it up, but I want to use it. So I'm sure you could probably really thump on this thing. I'm going to whack it around pretty good, batoning and doing some more stuff with it. I can't get over this thing, really. Lunch break, I'm like, ooh, I want to go play with it. Or wake up in the morning, like, hey, I'm going to the car. It seems to be a quality piece. It really has that. And I was feather sticking stuff with it, and it's just peeling little shavings off, and some are falling off, and then it was starting to pine cone a bit. It was starting to look nice. I wanted to start a fire and then go start doing more, whatever. But it's all a matter of what you like. And I've been doing so much budget stuff that I just wanted to do something that was a little bit nicer. And not only a little bit nicer, but a little bit like, triple the price of budget. Like I said, I looked at some Essie knives, and I still may end up getting, I kind of like it because I really like the knives you can put in your belt loops, in the back. That I could pull one out on the left side if I had to. If someone's on my right side, I could pull it off to the left. But I like that horizontal grip. And that Essie would probably actually be better than that. No, I didn't. No. It doesn't matter which way I move this thing. It doesn't matter if you move it up or down. The only thing that would be holding it would basically be this. I don't even like this. This sheath is incredible. It pops. It clicks. I mean, this thing is in there. There's no coming out. But this right here is ridiculous. You see that? It was snapped, and it just opened like that. I could snap it, and then I'll Velcro it. You could hear it. Snapped it. Now the Velcro's on it. It would probably hold just fine, but that's kind of weird way to walk around with a blade, I guess, because that would be a belt loop, right? But look, it's still just, you didn't even hear it unsnap. It just came apart. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up, Homestead Survivors. Oh, I'm calling you out, man. But yeah, that was one of my biggest complaints. I love the sheath part of it. And it's got that nice spot right there to pop it open. Pop, no problem. Everything's good. I mean, this is going to be one of my blades. I'm just, I'll probably unscrew this. Because literally it's got two pieces. And I was thinking, oh, you know what you could do? You could put it on the other side and go like this. But then this part would be, say I put it on my back. It's on my left side. And I took it like this. But you get the idea. What are you going to do? Slide that. I think you can see this good enough. Because the top doesn't have anything to bolt to. It's literally being held on by these two. And I unscrewed this and I tried to hang it from this, but it would only, the holes are in such odd space differences that you can't get a good hold on that thing. So I probably had to figure something out. I was thinking about just paracording it and being like the craziest dude on the block, having this for a neck knife. Like, what's going on, guys? Yep, you like my neck knife? You're like, what the hell is that? Big beast, but why not? I don't see why not. Especially when I'm running around the woods or something, or I'm hanging out with the homestead survivalist there. The bigger, the crazier the better, I guess you could say. We do have a concealed carry class this weekend. And yeah, and it's kind of a beefy beast to have for any kind of I don't know, defensive purpose. I mean, you could lop and chop with it, no problem. I'm sure you could stab something with that without really having a problem. But when I looked at that SE4, it was a little sleeker. It had the horizontal carry. We could figure something out. probably paracording it somehow and have it come up with some loops or something on the top where, around the top. So it would be this way behind me, right? So some sort of paracord rig, maybe coming off of both sides up to the top that has loops, or that you could put, you belt through it this way, something like that. But we'll figure it out. I got the rest of my life to figure that one out. Till then, I'll just carry it around if I had to. No big deal. That Schrade had a better sheath as far as a straight up and down for a vertical carry. But yeah, this one here, what a knife. I can't wait till he gets to check that out this weekend. I'm going to bring that thing with me and let him check it out. I still haven't batoned with it. I want to do that. So yeah, the main talk for the evening was just everybody getting their stuff together. We talked about stocks for a second, gold, soda for a second. You see Bitcoin? Yes. Bitcoin, boom, 30,000. It's back up. We can check the charts right now. Check them charts. Live chart checking. Gold down $3. Silver down 11 cents. These are after hours. Bitcoin current pricing looks to be around 37,000. So it popped up, went back down. I'm not going to say it's a good investment. I'm not going to say it's a bad investment. It's like stocks, though. So there's always a risk. Is it going to beat inflation? Will it keep up with hyperinflation? So it's kind of one of those things where the pillow money, they call it, always gets burnt out. They're saying that we're going to have at least 10% now inflation around the board. So 10% inflation, every $100 loses $10 worth of value, is worth $90 now. So now you save $1,000 underneath your pillow, you have $900 worth of purchasing power. Put it into a stock paying 10% dividend yield, you're going to break even. As long as you can withdraw that money quick enough before it drops another whatever percent to then purchase it. Because I've seen a lot of times where the history and charts and everything where the stocks can keep up with inflation because it costs more money to buy as the inflation goes up. Yeah, it's a whole story. Maybe I'll look into that stuff too much. But just having enough right now is really nice. And when you think you get to that point where you're like, okay, I think we got enough food. Okay. Redundancy. I got the knives. Okay, we got a pistol, a rifle, maybe backup, whatever. All right. I think I got enough ammo. Okay. So you think you got everything and you could just take a break. But you don't want to get caught slipping. There's that spot in there where it could be, now the store is closed. Now it's, why'd you take a break for the last month? Now you can't get ammo. You can't get food. You're not going to have that time. You're not going to have any time if something crazy happens, you got to go. Like, I'll be scooting out of the city. Okay, gone. How long would it take? Would it be 48 hours or something like that? You're going to start seeing some madness. Some sort of SHTF, no power. Boom. Okay. No power. You're going to be in some trouble. Nobody's cards work. Well, that's why you'd want to keep something under your pillow, like some cash. But the cash is just... I know once these things pop, like the housing market. This housing market's pretty beefed up. So you buy a house for $200,000, it's worth $300,000, or that's what people are paying for it now. And you bought it for $2,000, but if you wait until the top, poof, and it's gonna, it takes that escalator up and it takes that elevator down. Now your $200,000 house is worth $100,000 again, less than what you even paid for. But sometimes this debt stuff goes through pretty easy because sometimes you'll have your job will keep you up. With the price, if they're going to inflate their prices for the inflation and they can inflate their pay to you, you'll hopefully kind of be able to go up a little bit along with it. But stuff like Zimbabwe and stuff, when they ended up having $100 trillion bills that you can't buy bread with, But if you have a fixed rate loan and there's kids running around with $100 trillion bills, you could borrow one or get one yourself somehow or whatever. That pays off your house. Still pays your house off. Your debt's gonna, poof, gone. You can just pay everything off with one day's pay, depending on how it works. And you see stuff too, because you have to purchase it still with these, with this useless currency or this half-priced currency or a tenth price currency or however anything ends up turning out. You're still going to have to bring, instead of $30 to the silver store for an ounce of silver, you're going to have to bring $300. We'll say $300. So take $300 to get that. But if you already had the silver and it was $30 when you got it, and it goes up 10 times to $300, you could always take it, cash it in, and the 3 ounces of silver you bought for $90 is now $900. You could pay the mortgage, something like that. So one thing I feel like we don't think enough about when you think of a messed up situation is afterwards what happens. So say I bug out of here and I get out, everything goes smooth, plan A all the way, everything's just smooth, stuff is great, I'm out doing my thing, and 2 years goes by and I haven't made a payment on the house. Obviously, no power, no nothing, whatever. Restructuring starts, and who knows, maybe it would be 10 years. I don't know how it would work. I have no clue. But with the rebuilding is where everybody talks about the gold and the silver and stuff like that, because there'll be a way to trade or barter or but with regular barter, it could be anything. It would be like, hey, here's a bullet for whatever, because people that don't have enough, how much would something like this be worth if you couldn't go to the store and get a knife and everything's collapsed out and you didn't know a blacksmith and you had no clue how to make one? Or that thing would be closer to priceless than it would to $100. Yeah, so I don't know. I would just say keep going. Same thing every week, feels like to me. Because you just never know when something's going to break or pop, or, the stock's just been going down. And Bitcoin just goes real fast. But a lot of times, too, with the crypto stuff, it will cut in half and then go up past what it was before. So you never know. That could just pop up to 100 grand in the next 3 days. Not saying it's worth buying. Not saying it's not worth buying. It all depends on what you need and how you gotta remember, everything is numbers on a screen until you bring it home, which makes me kind of nervous because I got all the stock stuff on apps or on an account where I can go move stuff around on my phone. But if the power goes out, say you got 10 grand in your account and you still need stuff, is it worth buying the stocks right now, or want to be get rich quick thing of, oh, I'm gonna just jump in on a crypto that's gonna go to the moon or whatever? I would say don't even mess with that stuff unless you have a few months worth of food, just because if you can't get that off the screen and you've been throwing all your money in there and you don't have even a month's worth of food, let alone 6 months. I mean, how bad could stuff really get? What could really happen? You got all this stuff going on around the world, and stuff can shut off. We've seen some madness in the past year and a half or something like that. So I would just say make sure you have everything. And I wanted to try to go, like I was saying, outside of that budget realm and try to get something that was, this is kind of like entry level, I guess you'd say, to a higher quality or priced knife. I've seen some Tops knives for like $400, and I've seen some handcrafted stuff at some of the gun shows at $600 and stuff. And I didn't want to go that crazy because I feel like if it's too nice, I'm not going to want to use it. I'm like, oh, that thing's pretty nice. But $100 blade is pretty. That's my most expensive blade I've got. Like I said, the other Schrade was like $30. I mean, I have no problems going around and smashing stuff with it, striking ferro rods with it, and making marks and denting it all up and doing whatever. I mean, we even hit that thing with a hammer. Bam! No problem. Whatever. We ran that thing through some stuff, and it works just fine. It's not really a slouch. It's a bit longer. It's a good chopper, but I just wanted to, maybe that's what I'm going to start doing is condensing. I don't know how you say that. Reducing my volume of stuff and making them higher quality pieces. um, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I think that's pretty good. I'm still going to probably get some budget, some in between. I did have someone write me and ask me to review a Gerber blade, and at some point I'll probably end up doing that. It's like a $50 blade or so, kind of in between. Doesn't look like something I normally want to use, or so stuff with that. I'm usually either trying to hand it off to a friend, like, hey, I know you need a knife, so after I'm done with the review, I'll try to give it to him, but maybe we'll end up having to try to figure a way on here or something to give some away too or something. I don't know what to do with them if I'm going to review them. We don't really make a decent amount of cash on here because any channel that shows a damn weapon, the knives and the reviews and stuff do okay as far as not getting demonetized or something, but all we got to do is show one mag change or one target practice drill or something like that, and then they just whack the channel, and then you don't get any subs for like a whole month, any more subs, and you could get 20,000 views on it really fast and not make a penny. Even though you just spent that ammo and you just spent, so some of the stuff, maybe I'm just complaining about it, but some of the stuff I don't know if I definitely necessarily want to review a piece like that because I'm not too much into it. But some of this funky and big old fat stuff like that, I was like, ugh, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to use that myself. That's going to be like one of my blades now. So I didn't have as much of a problem purchasing it, but it's hard to tell what to do with your cash right now. If you have any, it's hard to say having any additional cash. That's why you go out and work a second job, or you have a couple different little streams of income coming in from a few different areas the best you possibly can. But with kids, it's, extra cash is kind of not even a thing. It doesn't really exist per se. So yeah, I don't know. I would say just get the basics that you need right now. I did that Schrade video with that hatchet. Was that a high quality hatchet? Nope. Will it work in a pinch? Yeah, it will work. And that one came with a machete style blade, which did some chopping. It actually worked. It's not like the Schrade, the $30 Schrade blade that I had bought. It's definitely a lesser quality, but for $20 or whatever, I think it's $20, you get both. So now you got a hacker length blade, more of a chopper, and then you got a way to produce wood. Produce wood. Jeez. I'm having one of those days again. But you got a way to get wood if you need it. You got a hatchet of some sort. And it's a little bit bigger than like my little, I have a small, they call it like a camp hatchet or something like that, or a pack hatchet or something. It's a small one, and it doesn't do a quarter of what that Schrade will do as far as just chopping all together. It's just not very good. It's just too small. It's not even as thick as that one, but it's really lightweight if you had nothing else, or if you were going hiking or something like that and you still wanted something, that one would be good. But for more of a bug out bag or a pack hatchet, I'd probably go with something more like that Schrade, just because it's a little bit bigger. It's not top of the line, but it will do. It will work. And really, I'll tell you what, I was chopping with this thing yesterday. Whap, whap. I don't know, it wasn't that big of a piece that I was feather sticking with, but I chopped it around a few times. I didn't even hit it real hard or anything, and I ended up snapping a couple of them. I mean, that thing chops. It's about a pound, 15.5 ounces. And I usually like stuff real lightweight, but that was just a big fat blade and real thick and everything, so I took it like that. But I guess if you weren't carrying as much, I'm not carrying 3 knives. I'm carrying that one. I don't see a problem with that. It weighs about as much as 2 loaded AR mags, right? So it's not anything too heavy that you can't carry. And it's gonna work for you too. It's not gonna be a cheap flimsy thing that's gonna chip off or snap or something like that. So I would say get all the basics. Make sure you have all your basics. I would try to get them if you haven't started out. It's never too late to start unless it's too late. That sounds messed up, right? It's never too late to start unless it's too late. That's about right. That's about how it works. Never too late. So keep getting your stuff. Let us know if you end up getting anything good. Go check out brasstraining.com. If you're in the Southwest Michigan area, we've got different classes pretty much monthly. Next month might be a little choppy, but there is still, what's it say? Like that sheath, but oh, I don't know. That just popped up again. Anyways, yeah, check it out. Check out the brass training. And it's good to get the training. Ammo's becoming more available. I've been seeing it in almost every store now. Still kind of pricey. Slowly coming down. I think 100 rounds of 9 was $40 yesterday when I went through there. So it's still above the price that I would like to be purchasing it. But compared to what it's been, that's pretty good, and it was there. I didn't purchase any of that. And then they had some decent AR ammo. They had some cheaper AR ammo, and they were ranging $12 to like $15 a box, something like that, for a box of 20. But then they had like boxes, like ammo cans full. I think like these smaller ones, 7.62 cans, 420 rounds, I think. But they were more expensive than buying the single box. They were like $400 or something like that. It was crazy. Then they had buckets too. Winchester, Federal, I cannot remember. It might have even been Remington, believe it or not. I can't remember right now. But either way, they had 250 buckets with 250 rounds. 223 those were. Then they had 855 Winchesters. I think they were going at the one store. They were like $15 a box. And I've bought them at that price before because I want to be able to keep training and keep getting practice. And at the same time, I want to be able to get that better stuff for if SHTF. I have 855s. They're 62 grain. They're lap round or whatever, So you're gonna want something better if you get the opportunity. But I guess I'm gonna hop off here now. Stay tuned. First time here, don't forget to subscribe. Check out brasstraining.com. Give us a thumbs up on the video. I'll probably have all the video done on this off-grid knife. Hoping by the weekend. I'm thinking probably by the weekend I'll have that video done. Then I'll just have to chop it up, edit it, whatever, and mash all the videos together, and I'll throw it up there. I hope it's not too long. It's probably gonna be like a half-hour video because I like it so much, and I'll probably get 5 views. Just for the heck of it, but I like it. It's a decent piece, and I guess just keep going. Keep going. Keep on keeping on, and make sure you have that food, especially people with kids. What's the worst thing you're gonna hear is, "Daddy, I'm hungry." I don't want to listen to that. That would be hard if you had to hear that for 2 weeks or however long until the next time you could scrounge food or your garden produces enough that you finally have enough. I mean, it's good to have a garden and everything, but it's good to have something on hand so you have something right now. You have it. So physical possession, and that's a big thing too with a lot of crazy inflations, is everybody goes to that physical possession, and that's sometimes a good thing. A good thing to have it. So thanks for watching. Have a good night, and I guess we will see you soon.